Well, welcome back. And today we are going to do a couple things, sort of catch up a couple little shortcuts and some things like that to add to our site. The first one is I want to actually go look at class-based views. We're going to talk about this a little bit. This is a faster way to, instead of build out this code like we have here for a view, we're going to go in and we're going to essentially just jump to the HTML page if we want to go directly to display it. We don't really have to do any processing or anything like that, which works good for maybe a home page or an about page. The first thing we need to do is we need to do an import. We're going to pull in from Django views generic. We're going to import this template view. And what I want to do in this one, I'm going to actually take, looking at my home page and my about page. Since all I'm doing is really sending a message in, I don't really need to worry about that. That was just sort of for helpfulness or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go directly to those. So I've got home page and about page. Now what I want to do is we're just going to, for this purpose, actually let's do it this way. Do I have a home page? I don't have a home page yet. I don't have an actual home. And, let's do home to and about to. We'll call it that. So we're creating these two new URLs really just for this specific purpose. And what we get to do here is we're going to come in, we're going to use template, if I can type it right. We're going to do template view dot as view. And this is using this generic form that they have available to us. And then all we need to do is we're going to give it the template name, which is going to be template name equals. And in the home page, we called that homepage.html. And we can take the same thing and if we do about page.html and spell it right, now we're going to have a home to and an about, and we aren't actually going over to this views. We're just going directly to the HTML. And so if we look, looks like it's running. Let's come back over here. So we'll do a refresh. So if we do home to, then we can see we're getting the home page. Didn't really change. So let's go do this. Let's do about to first. If we go to about to, we can see we're getting the about page. And if we go back to home to, we get the home page. So if you want to quickly just throw something directly to like an HTML form, then you can use these generic views to do so, to very quickly do it without a lot of additional coding as you would normally see from the views. Now, another thing we can do is we can take advantage of the login. We can create essentially our own login. Right now, you would go to admin log. Actually, if you go to admin and log out and then log in, so you're going to see something like this if I go to the admin. And then I can log in. But if I wanted to log into my site, then what I need to do is there's a couple things that it's already built for us. So first thing we need to do is yet another import, which we already have here. We've actually done the admin, so we're going to be able to take advantage of that. So we're going to come down here. We're going to add yet another path. And we're going to do anything that's off of accounts. We're going to actually tie it back to essentially some of the default pages. And the way we do that is that means we're going to go include. I'm going to do Django.contrib. .auth.urls. Now what this is going to be is then we're going to be able to do stuff like instead of doing the admin login that we saw here where we would do admin login, which it automatically logged me in. It knows I was logged in. I'm going to now be able to add accounts and be able to do it that way. Now, these still use the same session information. So if I'm logged in as admin, I'm logged in as the site. But what I want to do here is I'm going to redirect. So if I come in and now go to my site, so here's my normal site, and I can actually now go accounts, login. Oh, I need to pick that one up. My mistake. Oh, I need to do, I believe, that so that it actually builds it correctly. Oh, I need to include. There you go. That's my problem. And that also comes from Django, but that comes from conf.urls. Import include. And now it will run. And if I go to accounts login, now the problem here is it doesn't have a login. So I need to actually, because I'm essentially overwriting and moving stuff around here. So I need to create my login, which you can see here, it's expecting it under registration login.html. So under templates, I'm going to be able to, where is it? Oh, here we go, new folder. And I'm going to call it registration. And then I'm going to take, well, let's just do it this way. Let's just create a file. And he's going to be called login.html. So now what I need to do is I need a way, this is going to be my ability to customize my login page. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just take, like, for example, homepage. Yeah, I'll do homepage. And I think I wanted to work off of base. Yeah, so I'm going to work off of base. Let's do that. Not that it matters, but okay. So I'm going to come here. It's going to extend base. And then I'm going to do please log in. And now this is going to be a form because I'm logging in. Method's going to be equal to post. So there's my form. And now I can use those forms that we've talked about before. So let's do this as a table. And then I'm going to do form.asTable. And then I need my CSRF because it's a form. So that I've got my security in there. And then I need to be able to submit. Name equals, say login. Well, let's say name equals submit, value equals login. So we'll do that. Whoop. And when we do that, did I get that right? Yes, and close it up. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it that way. And so now I have a login form. So if I come back, let's make sure it came through. So that was the template does not exist. I think it's reloaded. So now, if I do this, now you can see where I've got this login that's come through. Oh, I moved my, whoops. Let's go back to my login page and let's put that button outside of the table. And so now we see where we have a little table form and we can do a login. So I've got a customized login versus the one that we saw before. So if I log in, now it's going to go to accounts profile. So this is sort of a default mapping that's going to pick up. So because and it doesn't, I haven't defined that yet. So I'm going to go into view, URLs. And I'm going to do, let's pick up one of these. It's going to be, now I got to create accounts profile. Whoops. And let's make this, let's do the home page. Oh, that's not what I need to do. That's what I need to do. Oh, and I gotta make sure I get my, I can do it like, is that what I'm looking for? Oh, I probably need to reload. Let's see. There we go. And so now I'm back to the home page. So I've been able to, from here, add a customized home page, which I could now change my URL so that when I come in, the first thing it does is, instead of going to views.homepage, is I could actually send it to accounts profile. So I could either change my homepage, like here, which now remember I don't use this view anymore, because this view I changed to I changed to just directly use it. So instead, I can use my redirect, as we saw here, and I'm going to change that. Now I'm going to send that to accounts login. Whoop. And so now, let's make sure that came through. If I look here, if I go to my home page, now I'm going to go to the login, and if I log in, then it takes me to my prior one, because it's going to take me to my profile. Let's see, now home would take me back to login, but I can still look at about. I can go look at tasks. I did not have a task list, so let's get that added to our base. Actually, it's internal. I think we call that tasks. So now, if I reload it, I get to go to task list, and I can see my task list, and I can go back here, and I can either look at get a new task or look at a task list. And technically, I can clean that up, so I don't really need to see do the new task. We're going to change that up a little bit. Where's internal? So this is going to be new task, or say create task. We'll do it that way. And well, I keep wanting to do that, and instead I come in here, and so now I've got my home, my about, and I've got my logout. So if I log out, then I haven't actually. Let's go back and look at that logout real quick. View. Let's go URL. So. I have not actually created a logout. So if I look at internal, let's do this. Let's do an actual logout. And all that needs to do is basically going to take us back to our home page. So let's do a logout. Actually, what we can do is, before I do this, we'll leave that logout, but we can actually use that accounts. There's a bunch that we've added. So we can come back to here, and we can actually do accounts/logout and use the built-in accounts. And when we do that, see, I think it's reloaded. So now, if I do this, see, let's make sure, and that is accounts.logout. Okay, so I've got the right mapping. So now I can do that, and I can log out, and it's going to take me to the accounts logout. Now, the other thing I can do is I can override that. Now, what we want to do actually is we want to just take the logout, and we want to make it, we want to redirect it back to, let's do the home page. So what we can do is when we call it on logout, we can actually just say what the next page is. Next equals, let's see, single quotes here. And that's going to be, let's just do, I don't actually need the quotes. So let's save that. Let's make sure it runs through. Let's go back to the login. Whoop, let's log out. So log in, and log out. And so now it's brought us back to it. So we have fairly quickly gone in and modified our login, modified our log out. We found a quicker way to load up some HTML pages. And generally speaking, we've added a little bit of oomph to our app. We've added the ability now that we can do logins. We'll come in the next time around. We'll look at being able to add users. And we are well on our way into building a nice little application. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we will talk to you again next time. Until then, have yourself a great day.